Hello friends. This week we are on a mission to read as much as I can, and I'm gonna take you all along with me. I haven't done too much reading today. We're in the latter half of the day, it's 4 p.m. My goal for this week is to potentially read 3 books. The first book I'm reading is The Book Eaters by Sunyi Dean. This is a book I'm reading for my book club with my friends, and I want to finish that this week. The second book I want to get to is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. We'll see if I can get to that one. I have it checked out from the library and I know there's a billion holds out for it, so want to get to that one and see how it is. And then lastly, I think I'll pick a book I need to read from a publisher. I think I'm going to pick The Stars Too Fondly by Emily Hamilton. This book was sent to me from the publisher, so thank you. Hopefully I will get the chance to read it this week. I guess I'll start us off with a book haul. I went to the thrift store and they had the heat. They had some books, so let me show what I got. I feel like they had a pretty decent book selection at this Goodwill, so I'll have to go back here in the future to look for more books. But first we have Bridget Jones's Diary. I had no idea this was a book until recently. I watched the movie and then I saw on Goodreads as a book, and what do you know, I found it and it was $2. So we'll see if it's, I don't know, how it compares to the movie. I've also found One to Watch by Kate Stayman London. One of my friends read this book and I feel like a lot of my mutuals on Goodreads have read it, so this one caught my eye, so I'll have to give this one a try. Writers and Lovers by Lily King. I feel like this is a book I see a lot on TikTok, so we'll see how it is. It's a very beautiful cover, very striking, so we'll see how this one is. And then lastly, I found The Dutch House by Ann Patchett, and I have read Tom Lake by Ann Patchett. And I also own Bel Canto. I want to get to that at some point. Want to give more Ann Patchett a try, and yeah, I found this one. It is the next day. I've read about 36 pages, and I was bad because I played video games all night. Peter has gotten me hooked on Slay the Spire recently, so that occupied much of my time yesterday. But this morning, I've been back at it. Done some reading. I'm very close to the end of the book. I am about 80% of the way through, I think. So I guess let me tell you about the book because I haven't said anything about it yet. So currently I'm reading The Book Eaters by Sunyi Dean. This book was not what I expected it to be. It is incredibly fascinating though. The Book Eaters follows this group of people. We specifically follow one character who is a part of this group of people known as the Book Eaters. They do not eat food, they eat books. And our main character is on the run with her son, and we kind of follow them and we learn more about the darker side of their family. And the setting of this book is like really interesting to me because at first when I was reading it, I was like, I cannot tell if this book is set in Victorian England or if it's set in the early 2000s. And it's just this interesting juxtaposition of like a very old society set in their ways in the modern world. This is an urban fantasy, so it does take place in the real world. It takes place in England, but it's set in 2002, but it doesn't necessarily always feel like that. The book also has some light horror, maybe even a bit more than light horror. I feel like it didn't get to the horror-y parts until like the last couple of chapters, like the end of part 3, beginning of part 4. Then we start to get some of these like visceral descriptions of things, and it kind of made me go like, oh my goodness, like I started like squirming. It was like gross. But I have been really enjoying it so far, and I've been discussing it with my book club and they have also been enjoying it. At least one other person who is currently like at the same place as me. They are enjoying it. But yeah, I'm gonna spend today reading because I don't have much else I really want to do. Yeah, I think I'll retreat to the couch and start reading. So I am in part 5 of the book, so kind of in the last section. This book is just so tragic. It's so much sadder than I thought it would be, but the story is just so compelling. We watch Devon and her son kind of run away from their lives and their family and just the things that they've gone through. It's just so incredibly sad, and you really feel for Devon because she doesn't want to be like this bad person, but she's kind of forced to be a somewhat bad person for the greater good of her son. And it is just such a compelling read. And I'm so curious where the last part of this book is going. I've just been listening to it on audio. I have the book on Libby. I have a little over 2 hours left, it looks like, in the book, but I've been listening to it at like a 1.25 speed. And I've been doing dishes, but now I'm gonna sit. Am playing Slay the Spire. I'm just gonna play and listen and see how that goes, and then I'm gonna get started on lunch in like 20 minutes. I'm officially hooked. Peter got me into this after he played Slay the Spire, the board game. For context, he is a big Slay the Spire fan, and they just made a board game, and he finally got the chance to play it, and now he wants the board game, and now he wants to show me the game. And it's just like this big deck building. I guess it's a roguelike, right? I'm having fun with it. I'm a little too engaged by it, but I'm gonna keep listening to the audiobook and play the game and update you guys in a bit. Hello, I am here to say I have finished The Book Eaters. That was a really enjoyable read. I feel like for the first part of the book, I was really confused about different things, but as the book went on, I think I started to understand it a bit more. I'm curious to hear what the rest of my book club thinks about it. I think I enjoyed it. I ended up giving it 4 stars. I just thought the story was really compelling, and so were the characters, especially Devin and Kai. Those are the kind of the main characters we follow throughout the book. I just really felt for their story, and it was just so tragic and heart-wrenching. This book has like just a really like grungy, dark undertone throughout it. So if you're into horror, maybe even not into horror, I don't like horror, I know that. It's pretty light on the horror. There are some kind of graphic elements. And if you're into urban fantasy, then you might enjoy this book. I thought it was really unique and just different than anything I had read before. I was going to start reading my next book. I wanted to get a little progress in there, but my Kindle is about to die, so it is on the charger, and I think I'm going to work on editing a video in the meantime and just let that recharge, and then get back to the reading grind. So far, I think I read 107 pages today, so doing pretty good. So we'll see how much else I can get done today. Okay, readers, we are starting Just for Summer by Abby Jimenez, and I'm worried. I am worried. I picked up this book in a bookstore and flipped it open and saw it started with the "Am I the Asshole" thread on Reddit, and that is certainly a choice. I put it back down after I saw that. The second thing is I think this is a dual POV book. I scrolled back to the cover of the book to get a video of my Kindle, and I saw the table of contents. First of all, there's 47 chapters. Daunting. I don't even know what the page length is on this, but that sounds too long. And then it's dual POV. I hate dual POV romance books, so already we're not on the right foot. I just don't want to know what a man is thinking. I feel like the man's perspective in dual POV romance novels is always so gross. There's something about it, like, I think the authors think it's like sexy, but I find it gross. I don't know what it is. Just like descriptions of things, and I don't know. It has never worked for me, so we'll see how I feel about this one. I think I'd be more okay with it if it was third person, but I'm assuming this is written first person, so we will see. I am literally on the first page. These are my first impressions, so we will come back in a bit with another update once I'm started. We are in my room because the Roomba is going off and I wanted some more quiet to read. I was kind of falling asleep as I was reading, but I'm reinvigorated as I had to go downstairs and check the mail because I got some packages, so we're gonna we're gonna open them together. Let's start with this box. I was naughty and was ordering clothes. I feel like when I feel bad for myself, I want to like gather, which is really bad. I'll talk to you about my book as we're unboxing this together, because I feel like I'm moving through this at a pretty quick pace. I don't think it's gonna take that long to read this book. We are following the characters Emma and Justin. Emma is a travel nurse who is currently residing in Colorado and Justin is a software engineer in Minnesota, and they kind of have this online meet cute on Reddit. The book starts with an "Am I the Asshole" thread. Basically, Justin names his ugly dog. He finds the ugliest dog he can to name after his friend who has left him with the lease, and ends up falling in love with his ex-girlfriend. Justin is known as a good luck charm, and everyone who dates him ends up finding the love of their life after they date him. So they kind of have this weird meet. Emma decides to DM him on Reddit, which I was like, these are certainly choices being made. I don't know, I'm not a Reddit user. Like, I will look stuff up on Reddit, like honest review of X brand Reddit, and throw Reddit at the end of my question to see if other real people are asking this. I myself am not a Reddit user. I don't think I would ever do that. As I sit here and I'm like showing my face and like my life on the internet, I don't know. I feel like that's a bridge too far, but this is fine. This is totally cool. First order is from DSW. I got a pair of red Mary Janes. I feel like these are so stinking cute right now, and I would like a pair. I feel like I actually have the dress right next to me in my half clean clothes bin. I bought this dress from Depop. This is a Madewell dress, and it's just black. And I've been loving like layering dresses and just like wearing dresses in the summer, and I feel like these would be so cute with so many of my outfits and just kind of step them up a little bit. We'll try them on later, but that's what that is. And then one more package. I feel like I'm just not a Reddit user. I was talking to Peter about the book so far, and he's like, I think you just don't understand Reddit, because like people do that. They message each other on Reddit. But I don't know. I feel like I've always envisioned Reddit and people who use Reddit as like a certain like stereotype. I think Reddit's evolved over the years, especially as other social media platforms have kind of fallen, like Twitter. Just haven't come around to it yet. So we'll see. I'm excited to get to know the characters a bit more. They seem to be fun. I ended up getting some shirts from Life is Good. I was influenced on TikTok. Someone posted like the new Life is Good shirts, and I thought they were so stinking cute. I have gone away from wearing graphic t-shirts because I just feel like my graphic t-shirts like aren't that cool, so I wanted more cool graphic t-shirts. So I got a few. This one here says The Breakfast Club, has a pancake on it. Very cute. This one is so dumb. I like this one a lot though. This would have been perfect for, I went to a brewery the other night. This is the kind of shirt I would wear to like a bar or a brewery. It says, today's soup is a vodka soda. Absolutely hilarious. And then Winnie the Pooh just went into public domain, right? That's what it's called. This shirt cracks me up. Pooh, he's naked and it says giddy up. And he's got the kind of this like sultry look and has a cowboy hat on. I think it's hilarious. Anyway, that's the unboxing. I'm going to get back to reading momentarily. We have orzo, and under this conglomerate of peppers and onions are pieces of steak. So, oh, we forgot to make broccoli or Brussels sprouts.
Oh, I thought we were using Brussels sprouts for the stir fry.
Maybe. I guess it's fine. No veggie. I guess this is our veggie. It's fine.
On top.
Greetings. I'm reading from bed now. I am, let's see, I think I'm like 30% of the way through the book, and I gotta say, some of this is kind of cringe. I have never taken so many notes while reading a book on my Kindle. I just like keep typing in random comments to myself. Like, I feel like some of the conversational bits are really strange. Like, I feel like our main character pries for information in a really strange way. You know, in the beginning of the book, Emma and her friend are stalking Justin online, and they find his Instagram, they find his LinkedIn, they find his father's obituary, and I feel like Emma keeps prying for more information about Justin's father, and it's just like really awkward. I don't like the way that is being brought up. And my other issue with it right now is it's just super like insta-lovey. I don't know, this would be like a red flag if I was seeing someone and they just like first time we are together, they kind of act this way and talk this way. Like, I feel like I'd be waving some red flags. It would make me uncomfortable, I think, but seems to be working for them. I am paging through this at a pretty quick rate, so I'm expecting to be done with it soon. I'm just gonna take the rest of the night off and keep reading, so I'll update y'all later. So yesterday I read 237 pages, which brings us to a grand total of 273 pages for the week. I read 130 pages of Just for the Summer yesterday, and it's okay. I'm finding a lot of it to be awkward, which is not my thing, but it is moving along at a quick enough speed that I don't mind it. But hoping to finish that here soon. Today's plans involve meeting up with my friend for coffee. So I'll be doing that this morning, and then yeah, I should have the rest of the day kind of free up to read. That's all I got going on. Today has been an eventful day. So met up with my friend for coffee and then we walked around town. I ended up picking up a book at a bookstore. I picked out The Ministry of Time by Kayleen Bradley. I don't think that's how you say her name. I ended up picking up The Ministry of Time by Kayleen Bradley. Kayleen. I feel like I'm just saying sounds now. I'm gonna go with Canon Bradley. And then I made the bold move and asked them if they were hiring. Maybe something good would come up from that. I feel like it's my dream to like own a bookstore someday, like a bookstore, cafe, board game store, like all in one, a big hobby store. It just sounds so fun and cute, and you could host events, game nights, book club, I don't know, sounds really fun to me. But I ended up picking up this book. It seems to be about a new government agency that pops up, the Ministry of Time, and we follow the story of a woman who gets a job there, and it's like her dream job, and her job is to monitor an expat who was rumored to have died in the 1800s? Yes, who had died in the 1800s in the Arctic. And now he is her roommate. So I think over the course of a year, their feelings kind of deepen for each other and they get into some trouble. So it sounds like a lot of fun, just like a fun romance. There's also a quote from Emily Henry. I'm showing this really weirdly. There's a quote from Emily Henry there at the top, and Emily Henry we trust. So we're gonna go with it. I need to finish editing my YouTube video today and upload it, so I'll be working on that. And then tonight, I don't think we have anything going on, so I think I can make a lot more progress in Just for the Summer. I think I'm about halfway through it. Curious where this goes, because they're supposed to have like 4 dates. That's like their rule. They're gonna have 4 dates with each other, and then they're gonna break up, and then they're supposed to find the love of their life after that, right? But they've only had 1 date. They've had multiple meetups at this point. I think like 2 or 3 meetups, but only 1 official date. Waiting for the conflict. I know the central conflict is gonna be around our main character Emma needing to leave and go to Hawaii. That's her next destination as a travel nurse. So I know that's gonna be like the central conflict. They're gonna be like, no, don't move away, wait, I love you, don't leave, stay here forever. And then she's like, but what if I don't want to be in Minnesota forever? So I think I'm gonna work on that, and then I will get back to y'all momentarily. Friends, good morning. Where are we right now? Where are we in the reading week? I don't even know how many pages I read today. Yesterday. What an evening yesterday was. I read 163 pages yesterday, and we spent most of the evening in the urgent care. Everything is okay. We're all good. We're trucking along, but that is why there was not much of yesterday involved in this video. This morning, I spent my morning just reading. I finished Just for the Summer, and I have a lot of thoughts. Romance is one of those really interesting genres where people's preferences come into play. So I've been trying my best to say that things just aren't for me, and I think this is one of those books that are not for me. I just found a lot of the interactions between the characters to be really awkward, or like the way Emma like tries to pry Justin for information, like randomly bringing up the death of his father to figure out what happened there, and she just is like really insensitive, and I found that to be really awkward. There are other moments throughout the book, like both of them do this. They like randomly show up to each other's houses and stuff like unannounced, and I'm like, why do they keep doing that? If someone did that to me, I would freak out. Like if they just start calling me unannounced, if they start FaceTiming me unannounced, like only my mom is allowed to do that. I don't know. And I feel like this just comes down to like preferences, and if those were things I was into people doing, then I would be like all over this book, but that is not my style, so I did not like this book. I feel like there are a couple other instances of weird things. I feel like Justin says a lot of weird things that like raised red flags to me. Like he said at one point, like, you are the only thing I have right now that's keeping me happy, and I'm not afraid to tell you that. And I'm like, I'm afraid right now. I would be so afraid if someone said that to me. I do not want to be the only reason you are happy. It was just a really strange read to me. I ended up giving it 2 stars. It's obviously a very popular book, so I'm in the out group here, but I just did not think it was for me. So anyways, that's where we are right now. Next book we will be reading is The Stars Too Fondly by Emily Hamilton. This book I was gifted by the pub. They sent this to me, which is so stinking cool. Oh my gosh, I remember starting like content creation and stuff and making content about books, and I'm like, how do people get physical books sent to them, and like ARCs gifted to them and physical books gifted to them, and then just one day, you know, they got in my email. They got my email, and now I get books, which is like crazy. So this is a book I was sent, and I would like to read it. It is a LGBT space rom-com. It sounds just very cute. I'm not too sure what exactly goes on in this book. I think this group of friends steals a ship, and they are in space together doing space things. So I want to open this book up, figure out what's going on there, and then I can update y'all some more on that. I don't think we have much else going on today, so I'm just gonna have another day of reading. I might take some time to do some laundry. I don't have any like audiobooks I'm listening to at the moment. Now would be a good time to have an audiobook, and I don't like want to start something I care about. Like, I know I want to listen to the audiobook for Assassin's, what is it called? For Royal Assassin. I have access to that, but I want to like pick up the book at the same time. So I have some other books I want to get to first. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do there, but I might start paging through this, read a couple chapters, and then get on to some chores. I'm 2 pages into The Stars Too Fondly, and I just have a question for everyone. This book takes place in 2061, and they've already mentioned TikTok. Do we think TikTok is going to exist in 2061? Pop culture in books is such an interesting thing, and to have TikTok mentioned in the great year 2061 just feels a little wild to me. Like, I feel like social media platforms do not last that long. You know, the kids these days probably don't even know what MySpace is. Do we really think that? Anyway, just food for thought. I'm getting this book started. Veggies to chop up for dinner, and strawberries I still need to process. My chopping efforts. It's steaming the camera. It's so warm. Good morning. We are in the Target parking lot right now because Peter is picking up a rental vehicle for this weekend. He's having some issues getting it picked up, so I'm just hanging out in the area. I had to buy deodorant from Target, so that's why we're here. The only other thing open over here right now is Marshall's, so I might walk in there. I was hoping Home Goods would open, and I'm like shocked not even the IKEA is open right now, because it's only 9, but Marshall's is open, so since I'm still hanging out in the area waiting for him to get the car picked up, I think I will head over there. And we are on a gathering mission right now, just looking at crap I don't need, so having fun this morning. Hello again. Went into Marshall's. They had like a really good selection of skincare products, so I picked up a few things, and I picked up a hairspray. Yeah, like a hairspray I had been using and ran out of, so it was perfect. Peter is still at the car rental place figuring out the car stuff, so I guess Home Goods is open now, so that's where I'll be off to next. We're gonna have a fun little haul when I get back home. That Home Goods was really strange. They were doing a ton of construction. They had some really cute plates, but felt a little pricey, and they didn't have like a set of like 4 of them. I would want probably like 4 plates that match so I can like use them for like dinner parties and stuff. They had like 3 plates, but whatever. Okay, I think it's time to go home. I'm done shopping and being out and gathering. Little mini haul from my bathroom. This is my deodorant I got from Target, and this is what I picked up from Marshall's. They had like a really large Korean skincare section, and I actually got really into Korean skincare, oh gosh, back in 2020. I've used this cleanser before, so I thought I would try it again. I've been really liking Coco Kind's products, and I've been wanting to try more of them, and I found this raspberry toner, so that's cool. And then I needed more of this spray because I ran out, so that's that. Hello, my friends. This is my official good morning. It is Friday morning, and let's get caught up with where we are. So, just came back from like the airport because we were getting a rental car. Basically, earlier this week, Peter took his car in to get looked at because his AC hasn't been working, and they said there's a leak somewhere, but they don't know exactly where it is. So they put dye in the AC unit to see, you know, where it's leaking from, so they would find it after he drove it around a little bit. We have plans this weekend that cannot be ruined by lack of AC because it's going to be so hot this weekend, and we have reservations to go to Mount Rainier tomorrow. Not only do we have that, but on Sunday we're going to the Ren Fair in Canby, Oregon. Let's catch up on where I am at reading. We have The Stars Too Fondly. I'm 48 pages into the book. This is a space rom-com. It features a very diverse cast, which I love. And we are following Cleo and her friends as they are trying to discover what happened to this space launch program. Basically, it is 2061 and there was a space launch that happened. They sent 200 people to a planet that was habitable because Earth is dying, obviously. When the launch was happening, it was televised, and then suddenly everyone aboard disappeared. They just vanished. So now Cleo and her friends are trying to find what happened, what is the mystery of it all. They are committing a space heist. They are breaking into this compound, trying to get into the ship, trying to find what happened, and they accidentally steal the ship. They take off, they go to space. Aboard, they find a computer hologram program of Captain Lucas, who is aboard the original flight. I think on the cover, I think this one in the orange, that is Cleo, and this is Captain Lucas, if I'm following the descriptions correctly. Fun so far. I feel like the TikTok reference really threw me off in the beginning, but it has been fun and silly, and that's what I want from this book. I want it to be really fun and silly. See how much progress I make in this today, because I need to finalize our Rainier itinerary, finalize the packing list, make sure we have everything, do any final grocery shopping. I'm gonna get that taken care of and charge my camera in the meantime, and I will update you all in a bit. We're back on the pizza grind. Do you wanna come in and do the honors? Peter has a knife.
We need a pizza cutter.
If someone wants to give us a pizza cutter,
It's fine.
we can't buy a pizza cutter.
We don't have that kind of money, okay?
We are on the road right now. We had a bit of a change of plans. So originally we planned to go to Mount Rainier, and then yesterday we checked kind of the cams up there, And while the roads were clear, all of the trails were packed with snow, 100% packed with snow. We decided against going because we have another permit later in the summer, so we're gonna try again later. Today we are driving towards Bend, and we're going to go to Smith Rock State Park and check out Bend. That's been something on my list to do since we moved here, and we haven't been yet. We are in the rental car right now, and this thing is crazy, guys. This thing is like, what is this? This is a giant screen, and also it fits my water bottle. I got a spot for my book. I feel like I'm in a spaceship right now. And yeah, I guess you guys are coming along with. 4.5 miles later, and we are done hiking. That was something. It was really cool. Very different than what I'm normally used to. And it was quite strenuous, actually. But we did it. We survived. Now we're headed into Bend proper. Our first stop is going to be the Blockbuster. Last Blockbuster on Earth is here in Bend, Oregon. Second to last Blockbuster, fun fact, was where I grew up. But now we're going to the final Blockbuster, so. This is Peter's Roman Empire. Oh my god, there's a dog over there. We are on our way back home now after a very long day. We have a 3-hour drive ahead of us. Wrapped up the day exploring downtown Bend, doing a little shopping. We got dinner. We went to this food truck pod. And now we are headed back. And then we got another long day ahead of us tomorrow. So we'll do it all over again very soon. Hello, it is the next day and I am in my Ren Fair attire. I feel so cute. I wish I could dress like this every day. We are about to leave for the Ren Fair. I can't even tell you where I'm at reading wise right now. I don't know if I'm gonna get any reading at all done today. We can do a little book unboxing right now. I got a book from Pango Books. Ooh. I got The Girl in the Galdurian by Tim Probert. This is the Lightfall graphic novel, book 1. I got it from the library and I was obsessed with it. And I saw someone selling a copy of it for $4, and this is like new. And so now I have a copy to add to my shelf. I have books 2 and 3 ready to check out from the library. I need to pick them up. Now it's mine and I can share it with Peter because he's been really into graphic novels lately and I think he'd like this one. It is like 2 days from the last time I vlogged. What an exhausting weekend that was. I'm currently cleaning, just picking up the remnants of the weekend because the house kind of fell into disarray. I read a grand total of 695 pages, completed 2 books, and I'm about halfway through the 3rd book. To recap, we completed The Book Eaters by Sun Dean, and that was an incredible read. I really enjoyed that and I can't wait to discuss it more with my book club. I also read the very popular and new romance Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I wasn't super big on that one, but if you are a fan of other Abby Jimenez books, I assume you will probably like that one. This was my first Abby Jimenez book, and currently I'm reading The Stars Too Fondly by Emily Hamilton. This book has been really fun to read. I'm really enjoying getting to know the characters and watching their relationships flourish as they are stuck on the ship together. However, I will say that I don't really care about like the sci-fi fantasy elements of it. I feel like, you know, I just want to get back to getting to know the characters and watching their relationships and dynamics between each other. I'm curious to see how this book ends in the second half of it. I think that is all I got for you because I need to get back to kind of straightening up the house. I hope you enjoyed this week in my life / what I read in a week video, and I will see you all next time. Bye!